Welcome to the official YouTube channel for the Colin Cowherd podcast. Go on, hit that subscribe button if you're new so you don't miss any of our great football content this season. All right, Chicago Bears 47, Bengals 42.
What a game.
I mean, it shouldn't have come to this. I mean, Chicago had it wrapped. I was thinking about this with the Bears. So they got that block field goal to beat the Raiders, the Jaden Daniels fumble to beat Washington, the 58-yard touchdown to beat Cincinnati. You make your own breaks mostly. But I thought the thing that I've noticed about Caleb, and I said this Friday in the herd, is that I like the Bears today, against Cincinnati and Dallas, when he gets that extra beat and a better run game, he's very effective. Today, while trailing, Caleb had 124 passer rating, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Now, it's the Bengals defense. But I think what we're seeing with this Bears team, they're winning these weird games. John, the Bears lose weird games. It's like what they do.
Totally.
They're winning all these weird games. When they lose, they're outclassed by Baltimore, right? They couldn't run the ball. But they're winning the weird games. And, I mean, Caleb today is 20 of 34. He's never thrown a lot of picks. He had 5 carries, 11 yards a carry. I do see growth. I absolutely do. Operationally, there was another moment that just drives me nuts. But there's something to be said for a losing organization. You saw the horsepower. He does not throw a lot of picks. I just think there is value in winning games you have lost for the last decade. Blocking a field goal. When they hit that big play to Loveland, I'm like, oh my God, they just would not have done that in the last 10 years. So I'm going to give the Bears credit. By the way, with the Packers and Lions losing, NFC North is wide open today.
Massive day for the Vikings and J.J. McCarthy and Caleb Williams. I wrote this down probably early in the third quarter. Can you win a shootout? Because we've seen them win some ugly games, right? Their defense was leading the league in turnovers, and I didn't know. And they did. And it shouldn't have been as close. They were up double digits, right? When DJ Morse, they went to challenge it. It ended up being a touchdown, which was an explosive play. Ben Johnson's a stud. When part of the reason I like the Bengals in this game, because DeAndre Swift's out. Well, he's been one of the hottest players in the league. And then he turns this Rutgers 7th-round pick. I think he ran for 170 yards, Colin. So he was fantastic. The Bears' defense morphed into the Bengals' defense, so it even put more pressure on Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams, and they were awesome. The other thing is there's kind of the elephant in the room with Tyler Warren looking like one of the best tight ends in the league. Like, hey, you guys drafted Loveland. Huge day for him. I think Loveland got the game ball. Loveland and the running back. So you had 2 rookies come through. Good day for Pace, right? Taking some heat with the Drake May emergence, and people are kind of looking at his draft. So Loveland, the rookie running back, and overall, the thing that has stood out to me has been how good Ben Johnson is, and he's really kind of said to me, Caleb, when he scrambles around, it doesn't really work. He's got to learn to kind of calm down a little bit. But like you said, doesn't turn the ball over, hit explosive plays today. And Loveland and the running back were
excellent. Had 580 yards. Jesus, that's a lot of yards. They averaged 7.6 yards a play, dominated time of possession. And, they were they were very good on third down. So again, they had a shootout with the Cowboys, blew them out. Shootout with the Bengals on the road, pick up a W. There's value in all this stuff. And I think, the other thing is, we've seen it with Bo Nix. He's tremendous in the fourth, but he has long gaps where he struggles. Drake May didn't have a great day today. He struggled a bit. Penix made some really good, nice throws today. I think all these young guys, the difference between a great quarterback like Allen and Drake May is, almost exactly what you get with Josh Allen. It's like Steph Curry. He may have every 8th game, he just may be off, and it's usually for a half. The great players are Kobe in his prime was you got the same damn guy every night. And I think with Caleb Williams, I think it's official. I can see growth. There's no question he is a better football player this year than last. Would you agree that you can see growth?
Yeah, he's definitely better. He's solid. He has not been. It's his bad plays when he scrambles around. It feels like the offense is just so out of sync because it's like, could he just sit in the pocket for an extra second, even throw the ball away? And a lot of his scrambles don't turn into explosive plays. But today, when I can live with the bad if you're making explosive
Yeah.
plays and throwing touchdowns. I'll say the same thing with J.J.
Yeah.
McCarthy. I can live through growing pains if you're accounting for several touchdowns a game, right? And I think you saw it today with both guys. Is they're good are scoring plays. So if you're giving me touchdowns or big chunk plays in the passing game, I can live with a bad sack or a misplay on 3rd and 7,
Yeah.
right? That it's when you're not getting either.
Yes.
So you're not getting the layup stuff, and you're not having scoring touchdown level explosive plays. So yeah, Caleb, they have explosive players
Oh,
on offense,
there's no
right?
question. I like Chicago skill players. Like him a lot. I mean, to be able to go to a backup running back, and he's kind of a jitterbug. He's a smaller guy. He might be kind of the pitter patter of his feet. He's a
He was running fast.
Yeah,
Today.
he was really moving. All right, Minnesota 27, Detroit 24. Before we get to J.J. McCarthy, Goff got sacked 5 times, hit 11, 10 tackles for loss. Brian Flores was on his game today. They couldn't run the football at all. So it was Amon St. Brown and Sam Laporta were excellent, but Detroit could not run the ball, and that's kind of the engine that makes everything slick and click there. J.J. McCarthy was after the first couple of drives, he was about 50% again, but I got 2 touchdowns, ran for another. Okay on 3rd down. I thought he was very good in the scripted stuff early. Overall, he moves well. He looks. It's funny about size. He looks a little small to me. It's so funny. Mahomes is 6'1.5". He feels huge to me. I don't even. Aaron Rodgers is 6'1.5". He feels 6'4". McCarthy, it sometimes feels like he gets engulfed. But overall, I thought he moved well and played pretty well. Did you have a strong take on him?
I think your take on the weight, I think it's a girth thing.
Is that
Not your
it?
size, your thickness.
Yeah.
Because Russell Wilson never felt like he was small, right? Even though he's 5'10", because he's 220
Yeah.
pounds. Caleb's a good
Yes.
example. Shorter, but
He's
feels like
6,
he's
and Caleb's
215.
6 feet tall. I'm taller than Caleb by like an inch, but he's thick.
One thing we said about JJ last year during the injury, and I think Albert Breer and a bunch of guys, he lost a bunch of weight and was like 185
Yeah.
pounds. So I think it's harder for him. Mahomes probably weighs 230
Yeah.
pounds. So I think that factors in. The number one thing with JJ today were the good plays were touchdowns.
Yeah.
So if you're going to count for 3 touchdowns, you could have 20 incompletions and have some terrible plays. It's when you're not scoring and bringing none of that to
Yeah.
the table. It's just a complete disaster. Flores, I thought, if you were going to give one game ball to
Same.
a coach today, it'd probably have to go
Absolutely.
to him because you're on the road in Detroit. That was excellent. I mean, his guys were flying around. Goff's good against the blitz, and early on, I think they had blitzed like 5 or 6 times. They had sacked him on 2 of them. Goff was all out of
He
sync.
was.
Their offense was out of sync, and it felt like he gave the speech, "We're going to have to win
Yeah.
this thing," because in fairness, coming into that game, and they kept hitting on it on the broadcast of. I thought Tom did a good job. He said, "There's no one disputing his arm strength." But Burkhardt must have come in late from the baseball game last night. Was there talk about a guy grinding? And Brady's big thing was clearly he knows Kevin pretty well. It's like sometimes you need to do a changeup. Sometimes we need to get some off speed. Sometimes you need touch
Yes.
balls because you watch the arm strength is fine.
Yeah.
But on some of these balls
right.
over the middle on 3rd and 8, and even in his interception was a little behind. His
Yeah, no, it
accuracy,
was that.
like Caleb, like some of these guys, is a work in
Yeah,
progress.
JJ's interception was low and down, and the Lions player came over it. No, that's Matt Stafford is the master of tempo. Like he can sling it sidearm, he can throw heat, and I think of it. It is a little bit like being a baseball pitcher. What I worry about with J.J. McCarthy is, and I felt like this with Brock Purdy. When the Niners, Christian McCaffrey is upright, I don't even care who the quarterback is. I mean, like if Christian McCaffrey plays today, he had half their yards. It doesn't matter if it's Mac Jones or Brock Purdy. I do feel with Kevin O'Connell, Justin Jefferson, good left tackle, I kind of feel like it's hard to evaluate JJ because the coach, the left tackle, and the receiver are so good. It's like San Francisco with Kyle and Christian McCaffrey. And then when Kittle's healthy and Jennings can be, highly productive, how valuable is the quarterback? So this isn't anti-JJ McCarthy. I just think I think I just need more of him. I just have to see more games. I thought Brian Flores was game ball Brian Flores.
That's why I think it's fair for JJ McCarthy. The bar of how he's being judged should be higher than a lot of random young quarterbacks on bad teams. When you play for crappy franchises and you lose, I expect that. Like whoever the Carolina Panthers draft, I don't expect it to look great. But when you get Justin Jefferson in his prime, Hawkinson, Jordan Addison, Kevin O'Connell, if we had a coaching draft, where would he'd go in the top
Yes.
five. So everything, and this was Trey Lance's thing, when you get drafted to a team whose expectations are, yeah, let's win 14 games and compete for the conference championship, you just get judged a lot differently. And I'll give JJ credit. In the Bears game, he had huge moments in a big time. Today, at the end of the game, with the game on the line, his coach put it in his hands and he delivered. And that's where I think a lot of his defenders go with the quote unquote, he's a winner. There is some winning characteristics when you're comfortable in big moments. You go back to that moment against Alabama, where it looked like Harbaugh had this all-time great roster and he was going to lose in the playoffs to Nick Saban on probably, I bet Nick would say, one of his worst ever playoff teams. JJ made some great plays. You watched his first start against the Bears, big spot, made some great plays. And today, I thought they were just going to run it and just, hey, lean it on Flores. They put it in his hands. Great throw, Colin. Not a good throw,
Yes.
a great throw.
Yeah, well, when I watched him at Michigan, that was always my take. Moves well, gritty kid, didn't make a ton of big throws, but he'd make one or two NFL Sunday throws. He can make the big throws. So I just don't have a ton. I mean, like, say what you want about Bo Nix. I've got like a 6-game winning streak, and he's got a 119 passer rating, 9 touchdowns, no pick in the fourth quarter. I've got a lot of samples of Bo Nix. He can have gaps, but late, he's really good. So with JJ, I've never been a huge believer, but I thought, you know what, to go to Detroit, you got the deal. Well, you win a lot of different ways. Not every Sunday for Brady was great. That Teddy Bruschi crew, there were days that Tom didn't do a lot of heavy lifting. He was 20 of 28 with a lot of underneath stuff. So, yeah,
if I was going to defend, JJ hasn't been playing, Carson has, but definitely Caleb Williams. Caleb's defense. Sometimes you watch the Bears on defense and they just look atrocious. And Minnesota till today, they had been pretty bad this season, Colin. I mean, today was, and even today they gave. It's not like they gave up 10 points. I mean, they had some drop balls. I mean, there were plays to be made. Like the defenses on those two teams. I mean, Bo Nix. We might have just watched the two best defenses in the league play each other today, right? The physicality of Denver and Houston and how good their defensive lines are. So anytime you have a defense that is that good, it does back you up when you're not making plays. But I'd say all three of these guys have one thing going for them. JJ McCarthy now, obviously Caleb and Bo Nix, making plays in big spots. And I think when you look at Caleb and Bo Nix, they've had a lot of snaps now.
Well, they also have Sean Payton. I mean, look at the coaches.
Kevin O'Connell,
Ben Johnson. Such an advantage. Such a huge advantage.